quite heartbreaking. Let's now shift our focus to education matters. An audit by the Ministry of Education has exposed thousands of schools operating with barely any students and 10 secondary schools with no students at all.
A report by the Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos-Ogamba presented to the National Assembly on Wednesday shows that at least 6,134 schools from primary to senior secondary are operating with fewer than 100 learners, raising questions of a wastage of public resources.
Even more shocking is the discovery of 10 secondary schools with no students at all, raising fears of the possibility that the government might have been funding ghost students in these institutions.
Lewis Nyaundi with more.
Secretary Julius Ogamba, while appearing before the National Assembly, revealed that the government has now shut down 10 secondary schools that were in operation despite having no learners at all.
The verification exercise for secondary schools is complete. Out of the total of 9,550 schools that were processed, 9,540 schools have been funded, while 10 schools have been closed down for having no learners.
Ogamba on Wednesday said investigations are ongoing to establish whether monies had been released to these schools previously, to determine whether there is fraud, and in addition to get evidence to submit for criminal investigations. At the same time, 2,145 primary schools were found to have less than 45 learners, while in junior school, the ministry found that 3,979 schools had 90 or less learners. According to the Ministry of Education, the enrollment is so low that they are considered non-viable and is now considering the merger of some of these institutions. But that's not all, as thousands of other schools are unable to verify the true number of learners in their institutions, revealing potential ghost learners in the country. The cleanup was triggered by an earlier finding of the Office of the Auditor General, which raised red flags that some schools were receiving government funding but did not physically exist or could not prove the presence of learners. Government has for years been funding learners who do not exist.
And how do you wire money to ghost schools when you license legitimate schools, you keep their records, you give them leadership in terms of head teachers, and you post teachers there? How do your officers end up creating non-existent schools and sending them money? You know, these are public resources. I think, members, these are some of the issues the minister should...
Lewis Nyaundi, KTN.
Away from education matters, now police